but this passport scene is fascinating. I've always just seen this as one of the most amazing instances of predictive programming.
You have a social security number, you pay your taxes, and you help your landlady carry out her garbage. The other life is lived in computers, where you go by the hacker alias Neo and are guilty of virtually every computer crime we have a law for. One of these lives has a future, and one of them does not. I'm going to be as forthcoming as I can be, Mr. Anderson. You're here because we need your help. We know that you've been contacted by a certain individual, a man who calls himself Morpheus. And whatever you think you know about this man is irrelevant. He is considered by many authorities to be the most dangerous man alive. My colleagues believe that I'm wasting my time with you, but I believe you wish to do the right thing. We're willing to wipe the slate clean, give you a fresh start. All that we're asking in return is your cooperation in bringing a known terrorist to justice.
So interestingly, this is predictive programming, I would say. And you have to watch it really close. Maybe you might even have to freeze your Blu-ray or DVD to see that the date is 2001, right? 9/11/2001. So maybe a quick excursus on what predictive programming is. I believe that it's this notion of conditioning people to what's going to come, right? So that maybe the subconscious sees these images and records it. And then when it actually happens in the real world, we're a lot more willing to accept it. We've been conditioned. A lot of predictive programming had to prepare us for the panopticism that we got with Philip K. Dick and Minority Report and accepting this total surveillance, right? Because we've seen it so many times in fiction that we just feel like it's inevitable. Oh yeah, I saw that 10 years ago in that movie. I guess it's here now. This is the way it's got to be, right?
Yeah, it's like, putting on a pair of old jeans, It's like, oh, I've worn these so many times it conform to my body. Well, you see this predictive programming, and then pretty soon it's like, oh, this is, I knew this all the time. The fact that this is a scene where they're talking about terrorists,
exactly,
and that Morpheus is a terrorist, and that his passport is the date of the biggest terrorist event in history cannot be an accident. And we've seen this before in like the Back to the Future films, where there does seem to be people in the know trying to pass information downstream, and that, to me, that passport calendar date is actually one of the most astonishing predictive programming ever in film history.
So as Neo has come out of his false reality and he's